This is code.org. Let's see what we're doing. In recursive scene.java, write method recursive drawing by translating iterative method to recursive. All right, let's see what we have. So it looks like, okay, we're drawing rectangles. So right off the bat, guys, I know I want to test this to see what it does before I attempt to, recreate it with recursion. So I'm going to call this directly. It was public, it said, so we already have my scene. And then it said I needed a size, I don't know, 450, 400, sure, 400 it is. And let's give this a shot. Okay, so this is what it's going to be doing. So this is how I know I'm right if my solution produces that. All right, so that being said, now we actually need to create this method. Let's again hit upon what recursion is. One, it's confusing. Let's be honest. Recursion is a method that calls upon itself, right? So it asks itself to run. Kind of strange to say that, but it does. All right, so let's take a look here. This is the method that we're going to be calling upon. So it's going to repeat itself over and over. Rather than using a loop, you just ask it to keep repeating. Now, we need a condition for it to keep repeating. Just like a loop, you need to have a condition where the repeating stops. For this one, it's as long as size is greater than 50, this will keep repeating. Once it's less than 50, it is done. If we don't have a condition, we get infinite loops. If we don't have a condition in recursion, we get infinite recursion. The program will never stop. Things will crash. All right, so we need a condition. So I'm going to type if, not capitalized, that's no. And then what will the condition be? We can take a look up here. So as long as size is greater than 50. Honestly, I can use that. I can say as long as size is... I wonder why they didn't do equal to, but that's fine. As long as size is greater than 50, what am I going to want to do? Honestly, after this, guys, it could be nearly identical. And I want to show you what I mean. I'm going to copy their stuff here. Okay. Now, how am I going to loop though? Well, the distinction here is that I am not currently in a loop with this, right? That's not going to be occurring. And so what I need to do is ask it to loop. And how I can do that is something like, is recursion. So now I have the same exact logic, and I'm going to run my method, this one. And what I am going to pass it, well, is size. Now that's going to be an issue because I will need to give it a new size, and then whatever X position was already passed again, and whatever Y position was already passed. All right, so size we're going to need to change, but I do that right here, just like they did up here. So each time size is decreased by 50 and pada. This looks like it will work. Let's find out. That's the fun of code. You can debug and be wrong a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. Oh wait, I don't think. Call create scene. Yes. Okay, start size. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, and we only need one size. So I can just flip this to this, and let's see if I broke it. Ooh, so that looks like it works great. I want to hit upon a few things with recursion. So oftentimes in examples and what we have seen previously is using a return. So this is one way to do a recursive method. Notice there's no direct return here. That's because when the method ends, it automatically quote unquote returns, right? So this is similar to saying this. And the reason that this is okay is because it's always going to keep running itself until this condition is false. Once this if is false, it will drop down and return. I just didn't actually write the return. Now, what we have seen previously, and this is also 100% correct, is to flip this. So maybe I want to do if it is less than or equal to 50, I would write return. And then I could do an else statement here. This is identical to what I wrote. Well, it's not obviously identical, but it does the same thing. So I just want to hit upon again and again, there is more than one correct answer with programming. There are certainly wrong answers, but there's also more than one correct. Cool. Onward.